Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Applause, everybody. Welcome out to the City of Aurora's 4th of July parade. Our pre-parade ceremony this year is a very special ceremony, a ribbon-cutting ceremony here for the historic and beautiful G.A.R. Memorial Hall and Museum, reopening for the first time in 15 months. That deserves a round of applause in and of itself. But beyond that, we have a special unveiling of an amazing exhibit in the lower level. We are so honored that you are here with us, pre-parade part of the program, that we look forward to going right into our parade at 10 o'clock. Can all of our guests please stand and our gentlemen remove their hats as we begin with the national anthem that will be performed by our very own class of 2020 graduate. Please give a round of applause to Miss Melissa Bonilla.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won, where so gallantly streaming and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give a big round of applause for Melissa Bonilla. You'll see her on the mayor's float as we honor the class of 2020 and 2021 today. Thank you so much. We have a number of elected officials who are here with us today. Thank you for joining us. They'll be in their own floats in the parade. We acknowledge all of the G.A.R. commissioners. If they can wave their hand, let's give them a round of applause. They lead this beautiful organization. We are also joined here today by our very own mayor, the 59th mayor of Aurora, United States veteran Mayor Richard C. Erdman is here. We also have 4 of our city council members who are here with us. Alderman at large Ron Warman is here. 4th Ward Alderman Bill Donnell is here. 8th Ward Alderwoman Patty Smith is here. And 10th Ward Alderwoman Shweta Bade is here. And proudly representing the county of Kane County Board members Michelle Gubbs and Mavis Bates are both with us as well. We're also joined by one of the voices of Aurora who helps to tell the story of our city. Please welcome the Aurora Poet Laureate, Miss Karen Christensen.
Good morning. Good morning. This poem is entitled America's Story. It has been a tough year. That's America's story. We face down challenge. We rise up stronger. Perseverance, curiosity now rove around Mars. We went to the polls, stood in line for our groceries. We marched in the streets for justice and peace. We mourned senseless murders. We lost 600,000 in the fight of their lives. We rallied for science, wearing our masks. We supported our teachers when schools were shut down. We watched our brave soldiers deployed overseas. Hurricanes, wildfires, flooding, and blizzards tested resolve. We Americans don't always see eye to eye. We are known for our arguments, intense points of view. But on this day, we gather to celebrate, praising the values for which we are famous: liberty, freedom, the right to dissent. What brings us together will always be more than what tears us apart. Happy 245th birthday, America.
Happy 245th birthday, America. Thank you so much to our poet laureate, Karen Christensen. We're here in the heart of downtown Aurora to welcome us to downtown. Please welcome Aurora Downtown Manager Marissa Amoni is here.
Wow, it's been over 2 years since I've spoken to a crowd this large, so. Welcome. This is amazing. Look at this beautiful building. This is a great example of Gothic revival architecture in our downtown Aurora. So welcome today. I appreciate all of you coming to downtown to enjoy the parade today. We have 4 historical museum buildings downtown. We're so fortunate. As one of these, the G.A.R. is small but mighty. It's a treasured landmark worthy of admiration. And what's inside these grand doors is to be revered. I urge everyone to explore the G.A.R. and all of the wonderful museums downtown Aurora that bring our city to life. Thanks to everyone who has worked tirelessly to preserve important history here at the Grand Army of the Republic Memorial Hall and Museum. It makes downtown a richer place by honoring and learning from past generations while teaching present and future generations about service and sacrifice. Take advantage of all of our museums downtown, and the next time you walk by one, step inside and see how they brighten up the City of Lights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marissa, and thanks for your leadership downtown Aurora. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our mayor, the Honorable Richard C. Irvin.
Aurora! Come on, give it up, Aurora! All right. Good morning. You know, after almost 2 long, challenging years, it gives me the utmost joy to say these words. Happy 4th of July and welcome to the City of Aurora 4th of July Parade! Come on! You know, the past 15 months have been tough ones indeed. We know how tough times don't last, but tough people do. And Aurorans are tough. Aurorans are resilient. Aurorans are strong. We are Aurora strong. And we are a community that is getting healthier and more unified every day as we bring an end to COVID-19 and reopen our city and get back to a better sense of normalcy this summer. But we are not 100% clear. Days like today prove that we are much closer to the end of this pandemic than the beginning. As a proud mayor of this city and a proud veteran of the United States Army, as one who had COVID-19, I am distinctly honored to stand at this very spot today to kick off the 4th of July parade and to reopen the G.A.R. Museum Hall and Museum and to unveil our newly renovated lower level exhibit area and the Service and Sacrifice exhibit. Let's give G.A.R. and his leadership team a round of applause. You know, in just a few moments, we will cut the ribbon to celebrate the occasion. And shortly after that, more than 60 parade units will once again travel down the streets of downtown Aurora as part of the parade. Today, our Grand Marshals are the amazing Aurora healthcare heroes who went above and beyond to help us through the pandemic, and they continue to work just as hard to get us back to the healthiness and wholeness that we want in Aurora. Thank you to all the healthcare workers in general, and specifically to the teams at Amita Mercy Center, led by Rich Rohr. Let's give Amita a round of applause. West Copley Medical Center, led by John Hedrick. Give a round of applause. And the DNA Healthcare, led by Linnea Wendell. Let's keep that going. Thank you to all of our partners, as well as the Kane County Health Department, the DuPage County Health Department, and the Illinois Department of Public Health. Let's give everybody a round of applause because we are out here with no mask, healthy because of all the hard work they put in. another group who sacrificed a lot of their traditional end-of-year high school activities are our high school graduates in the class of 2020 and 2021. I'm looking forward to joining my float with recent graduates of our Aurora high schools who successfully navigated the high school amid the pandemic. Let's give a big round of applause to their sacrifice, our high schools. It's been rough on them, but they've done a great job coming through and standing strong. And on this day, when we celebrate the 245th birthday of the United States of America, we would be remiss not to remember the greatness of our nation and the freedoms we enjoy. These freedoms were fought for by members of the armed forces of the United States of America on battlefields here and abroad. Let's give a round of applause to those who have served and sacrificed for this nation and our liberty. Now, I'm proud to be one of those veterans from Aurora who left hometown to protect our hometown and to protect our country. Thousands more did the same, some never to return home again. We must never forget. And today's unveiling of the new exhibit here at the G.A.R. Memorial Hall will help us remember those who stood up and chose to serve our nation. Thanks again to the G.A.R. Museum Curator, Eric Pry, the G.A.R. Chairman, Michael Target, our Communications Coordinator, Chad Jimenez, who led the design for work at the exhibit. Let's give Chad a round of applause as well. And to every person and organization that made it possible for us to design this important exhibit that will help to tell the story of Aurora. I'm excited to cut the ribbon to open the G.A.R. Memorial Hall today, unveil the new exhibit, and spotlight local heroes in the exhibition and all throughout the parade today. It's been a fantastic week here in Aurora, and today we'll build upon the holiday spirit and welcome back to One Aurora. One Aurora, here again, the 4th of July parade. Happy 4th of July, Aurora. One Aurora! Aurora!
Thank you to the mayor, Richard C. Irvin. He referenced the visionary behind this new and powerful G.A.R. that we see happening and in the future. Please join me in welcoming the curator of the museum, Mr. Eric Pry.
Good morning, Aurora. I want to thank you all for coming out today to celebrate our independence and the 143rd anniversary of this building. On July 4th, 1878, Dr. Abner Bard, a veteran of the 8th Illinois Cavalry, stood right here to announce the opening of Aurora's new public library. For the better part of a decade, Aurora's G.A.R. Hall operated as a public library and a meeting space for veteran groups. Once the new Carnegie Library was built just down over here on Benton, the G.A.R. took full residence in this hall. It was a place of remembrance, a sacred place to those who fought for our nation and to end the institution of slavery. Dr. Abner's words ring true today. He said, "This edifice has been erected for the benefit of the living for all future time. It was designed and finished for a public library where for ages to come, the old, the young, the rich, and the poor may come and be enriched at the fountain of knowledge contained within its walls. As wisdom is better than riches, so this edifice containing the wisdom of all past ages, open and free to all to come and partake, we trust will be of greater value to the present and future generations than all the gold and material wealth stored in the rock of the everlasting mountains. May it stand there through sunshine and storm, calm and tempest, night and day, summer and winter, to remind not only the present but future generations what the living soldier actually endured, to perpetuate the union of states and liberty of all, of whatsoever name or nationality or station in life or religious belief." 60 years ago, the G.A.R. Hall nearly met its end. Thanks to the generosity of the citizens of Aurora and a World War I veteran, Charles M. Burgess, enough funding was raised to save the main hall and the stair tower. Unfortunately, the 1885 edition was not able to be saved. And then 20 years ago, this great hall began shifting into the Fox River, and the city of Aurora raised funds and applied for grants to preserve the building. In 2016, the hall opened its doors again to the public. 4 years and one pandemic later, we are opening again once more. The new lower level contains exhibit cases that will display new exhibits. The frescoes in the main hall will be restored to the process, or in the process of being restored to their original look. And the long lost century will be returning to Aurora later this year. Today, the hall stands proud in the heart of the city, honoring all who have fought for the nation. May it continue to stand here through calm and tempest. Thank you.
Big round of applause. Mr. Eric Fry, he's a walking encyclopedia. He knows this history in and out. Give him a chance to talk with him, please do. He definitely is a treasure here in the city of Aurora. Before we cut the ribbon, let's hear from the chairman of the G.A.R. Commission. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Saudet.
Thank you. And this is a historic day. Eric mentioned that it was a 20-year process. It's actually even a little longer than that. I think I'm the last surviving member of the original G.A.R. Commission, which was appointed by Mayor Stover. That's a while back. And we have a couple of members here today. Michael Collins and Jared Plogger were able to join us. The commission provides citizen input to the whole process of restoration and programming of the G.A.R. Hall. And the whole process really kicked off in the late 90s when Rena Church, who was the first director of the Aurora Public Art System, literally confiscated the keys and said the city is going to do this. And it happened. It took a long time. It took funding from multiple sources. When riverboat funding dried up, then we went on to other things. The last piece of funding here that's going to hopefully put us over the top is from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. There were really a number of things here, and Eric mentioned some of the physical challenges we've met with this building. It was really headed toward the Fox River, and you can't see it now, but there are 50 steel piers all around it tying it together. And many other things have been done to stabilize the building, make sure that it is here for the long haul. But I think sometimes that what we faced, what we continue to face as a community, was very much like what the veterans faced who came together in the 1870s to try to decide how best to memorialize the sacrifice of their comrades, and in particular to found the first real veterans organization that looked after the interests of veterans after the battle. And they looked at a number of different ideas of how to memorialize. Many towns have got the statue of the soldier in the middle of the town square and so forth. But when they saw a building like this in Massachusetts, they said, that makes a lot of sense. Because here's a place where we can gather, here's a place where we can tell our stories, here's a place where we can honor those who did not return. This continues to be the issue. We have taken care of the physical issues as they had to figure out how to raise money to build a building that was expensive by the standards of the day. We've also they had to figure out how to use it. It began, as Eric said, as a public library, eventually shifted entirely to the G.A.R. and now has a museum status and a broadened mission to cover the sacrifice of the veterans of all of America's wars, built around the idea that we are a nation of citizen soldiers. This begins with the American Revolution. It probably actually even begins before the 1765 war, the so-called French and Indian War. Really is the beginning of American identity. A couple of years ago, when I was down here for a First Fridays celebration, I was walking back to my car, and when I got out here late at night, there was a young woman standing in front of the G.A.R. holding her phone. And she She said, would you mind taking a picture of me in front of this church? But she had a point. It was a holy place for the G.A.R. veterans, and it continues to hold a place in the hearts of Aurora and of the veterans who continue to defend our freedom. We hope you will all come and bring your friends, bring your neighbors. We hope to make this a national destination in Civil War matters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Slaughter. Bringing Mayor Irving back to the podium as we prepare to cut the ribbon with a special presentation and a new tradition.
Now, before we do our new tradition and cut this ribbon, it is my pleasure to give the Mayor's Award of Excellence, honorably presented to Eric Pry. Yeah. Promoting Aurora's history and for establishing and curating the lower level of the G.A.R. Memorial Hall and Museum and new services sacrifices. Come on up, brother.
Big round of applause, Eric Pry, Mayor's Award of Excellence for his commitment. Come on in, Alderman, as well, and smile. Oh, keep that applause going. This guy works hard. The love that he has for the city is unparalleled. Come on over, the commissioners, board members, one group picture, and then we'll have Eric do a special.
Get over there, Rena.
Here we go, everybody. Looking this way, smiling big, smiling big. Another big round of applause, Eric Pry, Mayor's Award of Excellence.
I want everybody to stay put. We're going to do something. I want to jump back on the microphone so I make sure everybody hears how the next part of the presentation goes. We have a new tradition here in the city of Aurora. Whenever we have a ribbon cutting and open something new, we ring a bell. Now, you often hear that when an angel gets its wings in heaven, a bell tolls. So we just got a new set of angel wings here in Aurora, thanks to Eric Pry and his team. So we're going to ring this bell in honor of our new angel wings at G.A.R. Museum.
There we go. Big round of applause. All right, we're going to hand the scissors to the mayor if we can. And Eric, everybody form in a line behind the red ribbon. If those at the end can help pull it a little taut all the way at the end, that'll be great, holding on to the ribbon itself. We're going to count down like we do Aurora traditional style. We want people to hear us, bringing the energy here, 4th of July parade. We're going to ask everybody to help us to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the new and improved G.A.R., the unveiling of the service and sacrifice exhibit on the lower level. The building will be open today until 2 p.m. Entry is around the back. Make sure you check out the beautiful new exhibit right after the parade. One more big round of applause for the entire team at the G.A.R. Mr. DJ, you can kick the music again. We'll begin the parade at 10 o'clock. Thanks, everyone.